Friends Explained, Season 1, Episode 16. The one with 2 parts, Part 1. We're 16 episodes into Friends Season 1. Joey and Chandler stumble across Phoebe's estranged twin sister Ursula waitressing at a restaurant, and Joey immediately wants to date her. Meanwhile, Chandler gets his first assignment firing someone at work, except the employee is a woman he finds impossibly attractive. And Ross hits Lamaze class with Carol and Susan, where a labor video sends Carol into full panic mode. This is a Part 1 episode, so everything is set up to unravel next week.
So this episode opens with Joey and Chandler at a restaurant, and their waitress turns out to be Phoebe's twin sister, Ursula. Joey cannot take his eyes off her. Chandler points out that she looks exactly like Phoebe because they're literally twins, and Joey just brushes that off. Phoebe is Phoebe. Ursula is hot.
Which is such a weird distinction to make about identical twins. That's Joey's brain working at full capacity right there.
And when they tell the group, Phoebe's first question is whether Ursula is fat.
That tells you everything.
Joey does ask Phoebe for permission later, which is kind of sweet. And Phoebe tries to be cool about it. They were one egg once, but they've grown apart. You can see it killing her, though.
And we find out later why. Ursula has a history. She threw Phoebe's Judy Jetson thermos under a bus when they were 8 and stole her boyfriend Randy Brown, then broke his heart so badly he didn't want to be around anything that looked like either twin. Ursula doesn't just take things from Phoebe, she ruins them for everyone.
Meanwhile, at Chandler's office, his boss tells him to fire someone named Nina Bookbinder. Chandler calls her in, looks at her, and completely chickens out. Instead of firing her, he asks her to dinner.
Classic Chandler. Cannot handle any confrontation involving an attractive woman. The man was supposed to deliver bad news and instead gets a date out of it. That's not avoiding the problem, that's making an entirely new one.
It gets so much worse. His boss notices Nina is still working there and asks why. Chandler panics and invents a story about her psychiatrist calling to say she took the firing badly. Even drops the word frenzy.
So now the whole office thinks she's unstable?
Exactly. They start taking her scissors away, giving her weird looks. Nina confronts Chandler, and he covers by telling her she's getting a raise.
A raise? He just keeps digging. His assistant mentions Nina's psychological profile right in front of her. The lie collapses, and she staples his hand to the desk.
The stapler was generous. Over in Lamaze class, Ross has to introduce Carol and Susan to the group, and he cannot get the words out. He calls Susan Carol's friend. Carol corrects to life partner. Susan corrects to lover.
And then he loses a coin flip to Susan and has to play the birthing mother during breathing exercises. The instructor tells him to imagine his vagina opening like a flower. Ross's face in that moment is doing a lot of work.
But the real turn comes after the labor video. Carol is terrified, wants to call the whole thing off. Just keep the baby inside forever. Susan calms her down, and Ross goes completely quiet.
Because he's been so focused on competing with Susan that he forgot to actually process the fact that he's becoming a father. He admits he can't even get Marcel to stop eating the bath mat.
So, how is he supposed to raise a human child?
Fair question when your parenting trial run is a monkey who switches the TV to Spanish and pees on the crossword puzzle.
Back with Joey and Phoebe, the group tries to reassure her that Joey and Ursula aren't serious yet because they haven't slept together. Phoebe goes to talk to Joey about it, knocks on his door, and Ursula answers half naked.
That is brutal. Her friends literally just told her she had nothing to worry about. And Phoebe walked over there trying to be a good sport about all of it.
And then Rachel tries to take down the Christmas lights Monica's been nagging about, slips off the balcony, and ends up dangling upside down by her ankle, caught in the wire. Mr. Heckles shows up below like this is exactly what he expected.
Oh, and Marcel switched the TV to Spanish mode somehow, and nobody can figure out how to change it back. The whole episode, everyone's watching Laverne I Shirley dubbed.
Part 1 cliffhanger. Phoebe's heartbroken. Rachel's hanging off a building, and Chandler has a staple wound. To be continued.
Rachel's dangling off the balcony. Resolved next week. Joey has to choose between dating Ursula and protecting Phoebe. The TV is stuck in Spanish. Nobody can fix it.
Bye.